Hokitika bar, the notorious Hokitika bar. We're launching out high tide, going out overnight, coming back in the high tide tomorrow. Catching a bluefin tuna, if all goes to plan. Special guest Timotei and Salty and Diesel Dog. So, anyway, we're across the bar, headed out to Hokitika Trench, 30, 40 mile offshore, maybe 50 mile. We'll see how we go. Fingers crossed. Picked up a hitchhiker. Sammy C's gonna jump in here. They didn't catch anything. They were out all night last night, didn't get shit. Captain Jack Williams at the helm of Oi in the dog box. He might have to swim over. Make him swim, bro. Get in your undies. So that's a good boat with that deck out back, eh? Yeah. Boys didn't catch anything. And then there were 3. Thanks, fellas. Ling Ling. We got a radio call from the storm. You fellas want some chum? We're like, oh, yep, sweet. We're expecting chopped up frost fish and hoki and some squid. And they gave us a delicious ling. Made my day. You can see the ecstaticness on my face. We might give it back to them later, actually.
Just that night, we'll swing past.
Bluffit, yeah. A couple of commercial boats over there. Mini trawlers. Interesting. They might be trying to catch bluefin as well. Three hours of trolling later and we're going to catch a few blue nose. It's just flat, calm, all the birds are sitting down. I think everyone had a good feed last night and they're all still reeling from the shock. There's a few bluefin caught this morning and a few last night. Nothing has been caught all day to my knowledge, so we'll catch a few table fish and have a crack at the bluefin later on. Yeah. Jesus, Mother of Mary.
My last one was on the south bank, well, just on the south side of the south Steve Nunthroughs. Looks pretty good too. Just don't really want to take one out there.
He's not having a bar of it, is he? Sweet. Either got a shark or a half decent blue nose. I reckon it's a blue nose. I always say that though. Crickets. Pretty stand. Oh, there we go. Timmy's on too. He might have to hold that. Oh, he dropped him. Dropped him. Maybe. He might be right. Yeah, hold it. Stop grinding and just lift yours up. Just keep the pressure on if you can so you don't drop them and you'll have to walk out that way. Awesome, little blue nose on board. Hold on there. Chicken of the ocean right there. Back to work. Gentleman fishing. Don't really want to wind them up at 320 metres deep. Lucky we put the deep dropping rods in today. Usually I don't bring anything but big game gear when we go after big fish because this is what ends up happening. You stop and catch a table fish and before you know it, it gets dark. We're out here all night, so
we might try our luck here then.
We'll catch a couple more blue nose and then back to big fish. This Daiwa Tanakon Bull's been an awesome reel. Not like this bloody other one that's broken in several places. What brand's that? It's a...
Yeah,
Kaijin 1000 Banax. Don't get one of those.
What are you?
Thanks gooseberry bird for your recommendation there.
Look at the colour. Oh, another bluey, shocker.
Nice.
Slate it.
So you double or just single? There's quite a bit of weight on that.
Yeah, surely. That's so much better, really, eh?
Grrr.
That up.
Drop number 2. Hit the bottom straight on, eh, bro?
Nice dimensions like that, eh? Oh.
It's the best fishing we've had all day.
I'm giving twice.
Yeah, I see where you come through. I was up a lot higher. It was the thickest buggery against that bank, eh? Just, that's where we got the most of it, just where you are there, but sort of a bit more up the bank.
Listening to the commercials, spotted pillaging on the high seas.
For a little while now, it's just run out, so there's still little drips and drabs there, but I'll just get it up and see what I get back.
Give him a good dong. Sit and grab his eye sockets and take that hook out and just straight into the frickin' chili bin. Thumb in one eye, finger in the other eye. Back into it. Watch where I'm going so I don't crash into one of these little fellas. We just chucked the lines in, but then we decided to go back inshore because coming out we saw a heap of sign that looked like tuna on the sounder. Lots of small clouds everywhere, and there was heaps of birds in there, so we're going to go back in there where all that sign was. We can see all the trawlers working out there, and there's a bunch of other wreck boats around the trawlers, but we're going to go with gut instinct and head back in there where all that sign was, and I think that's probably where all the fish are, because there was so much more sign on the sounder and the feed layers as well, and heaps of birds everywhere, so we reckon that's going to be where the big fish are. We'll give it a punt anyway. Got about a hour and a half left of light before it gets dark. Right on, 30 minutes later we've roosted back inshore a bit. Up on the edge of the trench, and there's a lot more bird life here and a lot more dolphins, and it just seems a lot more fishier. A bit more sign on the surface too. Man, there's dolphins cutting up all over the place. There's got to be tuna here. Chef Tim was slaving away last night, preparing us a feast of steak kebabs. What kind of meat?
Rump steak.
Rump steak kebabs. The golden hour. Come on, fish. Surely. Second hour. From what I hear, no one's caught a bluefin all day. There was a couple caught this morning. Sam was out all night with Jack. They didn't catch anything. But a few other boats did. They're here. Old mate Simon, we've got a small one. Wee tacker. Got a few blue notes in the bin. And some kebabs on the go. So all in all, life's pretty good. We're going to stay out all night. Go at about 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll head back in again. Across the bar. Almost lost our dinner in the ocean. That was close. We've got the dry bags stacked up on the roof here, and the swags give us a bit more room down below. Oh, sniffer hounds on the trail. Come on, tuna.
Poor visibility in rain. Sunday, Sunday. Northerly, 1. Southwest, 12.
I don't think the cook can hear me, so I'm going to give him shit. Look, it's burnt on this side.
1. 5.
And it's, oh, you can hear me. It's raw on the other. Raw, well done. He's the perfect medium. Burnt, medium rare, well done, rare. Covers all bases that way. Medium rare, well done, rare. We got a whole squid drifting out the back here, and we just dropped a bait down on the Blue Nose Hill. We're just going to drift along the Blue Nose Hills tonight, hopefully get a bluefin tuna on that one, and then we got a blue nose on this other one, sitting quite a bit up off the bottom, 60-70 metres off the bottom before we hooked up.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a big
Blue nose,
wow.
awesome.
Massive blue nose.
Grab the hook out there and bloody will get them right in. Them's all tucked up in bed with a couple of puppies sleeping on. Bloody hell, I just got to bed and Sam caught a real massive something. Holy shit.
Oh,
It's a donkey.
he's failing line.
I reckon he's got a massive blue nose. What do you reckon? Oh, did not be a stinking shark. Might be a big shark. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those big head nods are like a blue nose, eh?
Yeah, but it feels like it, but maybe 2.
Oh yeah, true. Double whammy. Bloody hell, glad we didn't have to hand winch him in, eh? The sun would have come up. I'd be very disappointed if it's a massive shark. Ah, shit. Oh no. Oh no. Bloody wake from that boat coming in and then went right where your head would have been, bro. That would have been classic if you were sleeping, eh? Sloshed in the back and went splash right into his swag on his pillow.
we'll read about it.
That's right, I wiped it off with the fishy squid towel. Now it's wet and smells like squid. You get the best of both worlds, bro. The real experience. I don't actually think of that. As I finished wiping up, I was like, oh no, that's the fishy squid towel. Fuck. Oh well, you get that. I don't wind that sharking. Meanwhile, the puppies are growling at each other, and Tim keeps squashing the puppy, and the puppy keeps growling at Tim. Hey, you grumpy girls. They haven't had anything to eat or drink all day. Good dogs. You're missing all the action here, Tim. It's action-packed out the back.
Oh, please. A big blue nose.
Hurry up, I want to go to bed.
Oh, mate.
Fluffing around. Hopefully we'll just get to sleep and then we'll hook up the bluefin tuna and we'll start screaming, peeling line off. There's about 40 boats out here tonight, I reckon. There's bloody boats everywhere.
That's a monster blue nose.
Oh, holy shit, look at the size of that.
Holy smoke.
That's a cracker. It's not even going to fit in the chili bin.
Oh, fuck.
All the way across here and into there if you can.
Yep.
Holy oh my god. Look how big it is. Oh, that's the biggest blue nose I've ever seen. Holy shit. It doesn't even fit in the chili bin. We have to chuck them in the other one.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, unless we take some ice out and holy shit, look at that! I didn't even know they got that big. Bloody hell. Look how big his tail is.
Right.
Okay, now.
Mate.
That's a cracker. What the hell's that? The seal.
Sea lion, or
Oh, dolphins.
dolphin.
Like you just caught Peter. Put him back. Oh, they're not happy.
Fuck is it?
They are not happy.
Probably girl ones.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I don't know about that. That's weird. Look how fast they're swimming around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining. We're soaking wet. Well, actually, I'm not soaking wet. The boat's soaking wet. And, whoa, look, the bilge cavity's full. Poor old Sam got a couple of waves right over the top of him. Sam's soaking wet, look at him. Holy crap. Quite a bit of water came over the back of the boat last night. Sam slept with his head up that far end too, so every time a wave came it would just go splash right on Sam's head. Sam took about 25 waves for the team. How'd you sleep, Tim?
Terribly. Even with 2 hot fishes, I managed to get no sleep.
What? Really? You were bullshit. You were snoring like a train. Fuck, you were snoring. You slept really well, and I've got the proof on video footage. Tales of hardship and woe up the front where it's nice and dry on the bean bags. Let's just cut to Tim snoring. He wouldn't shut up, would he, bro? We were yelling and screaming. What was it sound like?
It was a double in and out.
It was
Hey, like, I never heard it before.
straight up. He was snoring on the inwards and the outwards.
That was impressive.
Oh, it's a bit shit. It's cold and sloppy out here. The wind's picked up to about 8 knots, 9 knots. And yeah, it's just rolly and shit. We're gonna slowly troll our way out to the big trawler out there and do laps around him, I think, until midday. Then we'll pull the pin and head home so we can get over the bar. High tides at 1 o'clock. Woo, we're all too green to even make coffee. We're just feeling sorry for ourselves. Just got a wave over the window, over the windscreen. We've got an updated forecast. It's meant to go down to 0 knots and 0.6 of a metre swell at 6 o'clock tonight, but we'll be home having delicious dinner by then. Unless we catch a Northern Pacific, then we'll still be out here fighting a massive fish. That's actually something to bear in mind, folks. A long range forecast, if you're going to come out, don't push the envelope. That means don't ride the lightning or don't come out fishing if the forecast is going to shit out 6 hours or so before you head back in, or even 12 hours if it's going to cut up rough. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. That calm before the storm. And forecast tools too. There's a bunch of different websites out there to use. There's yr.no for precipitation. Windy works really well for wind. Windy is also pretty good for precipitation and swell. There's Swell Map. Swell Map is alright, it's not bad. There's buoy weather or buoy weather, that's another good one to use. There's the Navionics, there's RX weather, there's Sunrock Ice. Sunrock Ice is a really good website because that gives you all of your different forecast sites, and it also gives you military and Air Force websites as well, forecasting sites. That one's sunrockice.com. That's a cracking website. That's basically got the links to all of the weather sites. And then it pays to learn how to read weather isobaric charts as well. Is that the right word for it? Isobaric. And learn how to tell if it's windy and what way the front's moving, and high pressure and low pressure, and
Independent.
when it's likely to cut up and all the rest of that carry on. And bar crossings, I bloody want to roll now. And I've had a few commercial skippers give me a few nudges and say you've got to say something because there's people dying and people going out wide in small boats that shouldn't be out in the weather conditions. And learn how many knots your boat can handle. Anything under 7 meters, you probably shouldn't be out in anything above 10 knots, especially if there's any kind of swell running. 10 knots of wind. So learn to know what your boat can handle. Go out on the lake, I guess, when it's real windy, or if you live down there fjordland.
How are you going?
Hang on, I'm just going to turn these bloody jokers down on the radio. Yeah, learn to read the weather forecast and the bar crossings as well. Don't just gun it across. Holy shit, I've seen a few boats just go out and gun it across the bar without looking at it. It's pretty ballsy. It's worked in their favour. Well, most of the time I've seen 2 boats rolled on the bar in my short time out on the ocean. I haven't been out here long. Yeah, time the sets. So go out there and watch the bar and time the sets and figure out when the big sets are coming through, because you'll get big sets and then they'll peter off to smaller sets and then they'll build off to big sets again. So time the sets and time the distance between the waves too. Your swell period, time that, and then figure out when the big sets are and the small sets are, and look for where the rip's going, because the rip's going to give you a smooth line. Is that a flying fish just went rocketing across the front of the boat? Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Would have been nice if we landed in the boat. I'd like to take a flying fish home for the kids to look at. Bloody hell, what else can I cover? Oh yeah, these big boats. Keep well away from the big boats. I know it's quite easy to forget where you're going and end up behind one of the big trawlers. I've done it once, not really paying attention, and they were hauling at the time, and the net bag can pop up a couple of 100 meters behind the boat. Sometimes 300-400 meters it can pop up really unexpectedly, which is yeah, it catches you by surprise. You can tell if they're hauling because the big drums will be turning on the back of the boats that hold the wire. The big drum winches will be turning. Best to just stay well away from the back of the boats. If they're not hauling, I guess you can cross over a few miles behind. And when you're next to the big boats at night, it can be really disconcerting, because if there's no lights on the side of the big trawlers, it's really hard to tell what direction you're heading in. And a couple of times I've been driving boat and helping pitch baits, and that's a no-no. You don't really want to do that. The captain stays at the helm, and his job is to drive the boat, not film, not do any of that shit, just drive the bloody boat. And it's really hard to do sometimes, especially when you've got people on the boat that haven't done it before and they don't really know what they're doing. But we're all kind of making it up as we go to a certain extent. We're all learning. Even the professionals are still doing bits and pieces they learn from. So stay foolish, folks, keep learning, and work smart out there. Don't end up under the nets, don't end up in the bottom of the ocean. Having said that though, it's a glorious way to die, but I'm sure your children and your parents want to see you come back. That's my rant. If anyone wants any advice, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to share my knowledge. I don't have a lot of experience, 1,500 hours.
Other than on the Swipey, where he has lots of experience.
That's not going to make the cut. Tim knows that. I'm the editor. I don't put Tim's smart ass comments on there. Some of them. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my rant. Sammy C's not doing too good. He got real wet last night. He's up the front, feeling a bit sorry for himself.
You got a pillow?
I've given him some warm clothes, some warm woolen clothes. That's another thing actually. Don't wear cotton out fishing, folks. Wear some wool, some polypro, something that's going to keep you warm. Cotton goes cold when it's wet. And if you've got wool clothes on, that might be the difference between life and death if your boat does roll over and you're swimming. If you've got wool layers, your body creates its own thermocline around itself, and the wool's going to keep you a couple of degrees warmer than cotton wool. Even polypropylene, if you're floating around there, isn't going to be a great deal. of how it will stay warm when it's wet out of the water, but when you're in the water, Jesus. Maybe we should all be wearing dry suits out here. Just go fishing in horrendous seas. Don't listen to me. Don't do that.
Warmer than a wet milk. What's that? Warmer than a wet milk.
Yeah. Tim knows all about them wet milks. He's the milfinator. That's going to make the cut.
Copy that.
Ah.
I'm learning from the best.
Interestingly enough, I was talking to an ex-commercial fisherman just the other day, and he said the Hoki biomass in the Hoki Trench and out here, or Cook Strait, sorry, and out here was so large that they couldn't drag the nets through the biomass. They just had to chip at the edges because the nets couldn't handle it. Interesting, eh? So they'd come out here and they'd just chip at the edges of the biomass, they'd catch their quota, and they'd bugger off in a couple of days. How times have changed, and that was only 15, 20 years ago. It wasn't even that long ago. Fish on! Just a bloody little one by the sounds of it. He's not peeling a ton of line. We'll clear the decks. Oh, there we go. Damn it, it's just a small one, I think. There's no line being keeled at all, but you never know. It might line up. Pretty exciting, nonetheless. Just get the black magic harness on. Had a bit of a run, didn't have a massive run, had a bit of a run, and then it just stopped and it's sitting there. Feel pretty heavy, Tim? Looks pretty heavy. Yeah. That warm you up a bit, Sam?
Yeah, mate.
These MKM wool jerseys, folks, are bomb-proof. They've got the hood, which Sam's wearing, Possum Merino, and they've also got the Tasman, which has a high collar on. Gunning it forward. The whole thing there. Just trying to get a bit of angle on that line. It's just gone deep. Nice, we're on the top shot, so he's about 50 metres from the boat. Exciting.
Oh, yeah, bro. There he is. Fucking pretty big.
What's that?
Yeah, bro.
Pretty shit conditions for fighting a fish. It's super rolly. The boat's pitching all over the place. We just got eyes on him. He looks like a goodie. Over 100. Over 200. Nice. He didn't have much of a first run, so he might line up and take off yet. See, he's paralleling the boat, so we're just going to go forward. Have a bit more speed. Try and get him on the leader and see how Sammy goes. So the leader's 10 feet from the boat. We're almost on the leader. Alright, back on the leader. Back off the leader. Yeah, just hold him there, Tim. Hold on, and when you're ready, if you walk back, there's a loop in one end of that rope, horse. You can just pull a loop through the loop to tail rope him.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's it.
Hold on, Tommy.
Just leave it free. You've got to get a gaff in first. You might light up. Yeah, don't wind anymore, Timmy. If you walk back a couple of steps, Tim, and lean against the back of that boat, horse. Watch he doesn't go into those engines. big is he? Let him go. Let him go. We'll try to get him high to the surface a bit.
Got too much for that, bro.
Couldn't get him in. We had him on the leader, but he still got a bit too much punch. Oh, it's always a bit nerve-wracking with these bluefins because you crank the drag right up and there's that hook set well, or is it going to pull? Don't know. We picked up pace a bit and we're just paralleling him. And Tim's trying to winch him, oh Jesus, into the boat. And, he's just sitting there battling at the moment. He only had one big run, that was it. Or didn't, one little run. Just did one little run. And then he's just been kind of floating around next to the boat within 80 metres. Might be full of seagulls or something. Yeah, take that gate out, bro. Bloody dicks. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Shot. Shot, lads. Got a bit of deck shrinkage, they do that. Another bluefin tuna for the KM Lures Ice Maiden in orange. We're just rolling a few more lures out the back. We only had 2 out the back and we caught that one because we're all so sick we couldn't be bothered putting any more out. We just kind of half-assed, put 2 lures out and then whoo, retired from the lure setting game. But we got 4 out now, we've got to spread out the back. We're going to go back towards the trawlers. We've got a couple more hours up our sleeve before we have to go in. Bluefin number 2 on the end of the line. Fish on. No, you should be right, bro. Alright. Gotta get all those lures out of the way there, Tim, and clear those decks, bro. Drag up a bit. Jesus. He just took a lot of line. Turn that clicker off. It's on the bottom. No, it's better. Nicer. A bit nice on the ears. What's that? Yeah, did I usually like to leave the clicker on when I'm filming because it just sounds better when they peel line, but we've got a shitload of line to bring back and we'll put it back on so you fellas can hear the screaming reel when we get him close to the boat. Holy shit, he's ripping out line. We just cranked the drag right up and he's still just peeling line out. was. There must be the fish. Fucking gone deep. He's just gone down, straight to the bottom. We're in about 500 metres of water and we've got about that much line out, I reckon. Pretty tricky to chase them down when they just go like that, isn't it? Well, I'm chasing him down. Oh wait, he's gone down. Can't chase him down. It's that same one from last night.
Lang lang.
I'm hoping it's going to smooth out a bit. There's quite a shit chop here at the moment. It's going to take us hours to get back to the shore at this rate. Hopefully it flattens off.
These stuff dreams are made of, eh? Get this in, flattens out, feel home.
We got top shot. He's coming up, coming to the surface. Want a leader on son? Back off the top shot. Oh, we're back on the top shot. Yeah, boy. Whee! Oh. He's having another run.
We're gonna get home, man. Hurry up. We're for dinner.
Might have a good one on this time, hopefully. It's hard to say sometimes. Sometimes you think it's a big one and it's not. Sometimes you think it's a little one and it's massive. It's definitely got a lot more weight than the other one, I reckon, eh?
Thanks, Dave.
Oh, Jesus.
The rogue wave just went hitting by us. Shit the bed. Alright.
Don't say it.
Almost on the leader.
Said it. Said it.
Yeah, give it any commentary. Alright. Tim's got the gloves on. Boy, a feisty one. We've had him right next to the boat a couple of times and he just juices off again. Almost went into the props and that was close.
No.
He's gone for another run. We've lost the top shot. Still peeling. Oh, we're back on the top shot. Some exciting action from the front seats today. Oh, look at that big swarm of birds. Flock of birds. Swarming. What do you call a whole heap of turkeys? A fluffle. A fluffle of turkeys. I don't know what you call a whole heap of tuna birds. You say fluffle. Look at that fluffle of tuna birds over there. Holy shit, there's heaps of them. Oh, off he goes again. Alright, we got a leader.
Oh, holy shit.
Can you get a wrap on him, Tim?
The monster.
Oh, that gap might not be that firm. Yeah, drop that, Tim. Drop that and then grab that hand gap, bro.
Snap.
Oh, we got a rope for his girls. You want me to drive forward, let a bit of rope out?
Don't take that, bro.
Yeah, that's more like it. Stop, bro. You. Alright, that one's going to push 130, 140. It's not our 400 kilo one. It's good fish.
Woo! Yeah! Top boys. Fuck me, top bro.
Nice. There you go, Pano. Whack their bloody guts out. Don't keep it in unless it's a potential record breaker. Get the guts and the gills out ASAP. Look after your fish. Man, that's a barrel. That other one looked big, and then we got this one on. Oh, alright, we're going to head for home. Get across that bar while the getting's good. Otherwise, one of us is going to have to swim across and drive the truck down to Greymouth. Sam's a bit puffed out there. It's a big fish. Oh, it's been eaten 1080. Got the other one.
It's good harmony, boy. If the ocean was a whiskey and I was a duck, I'd swim to the bottom and never come up. If the ocean was a whiskey and I was a coon, I'd swim to the bottom and build a saloon. Cigarettes and a whiskey.
Sweet. Back across the bar.
Crazy there.
Safest houses. You're a bit shallow, but we just snuck in the far side and followed a big wave and sat on the back of the wave. Home James. You've got to be really careful that you don't drop off the back of those waves and the outboard hits the bottom and the next wave cleans you out. Wait for the big one. Sit on the back.
If I don't have my whiskey, I surely will die.
Just so you know, this isn't a how to cut up a tuna vid because I'm just making it up as I go along. I think it's tuna number 20 that I've caught and cut up, but I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of hack it to bits and Bob's your uncle. zoom in and out too on that top bit.
Look at that man in action.
Drop him on the ground.
Looks like human fascia.
Fascia, could be fascia. Stay. Good dog. Stay there. Salty, sit. Good dog. Really should have watched the YouTube video how to cut up a bluefin tuna, because usually I just hack it to bits, but I kind of want to do a half decent job this time. But it's hard to identify where the belly starts and where it stops. I don't know what time it is, but it's pushing on mid-afternoon and we haven't even started cleaning the boat yet. We've just got the fish cut up. Got a whole box to give away. I'll take that into town and give it away to locals later on and give all the rest away over the next couple of weeks. Rooted.
All choked up again.
That skin is incredibly thick, isn't it?
These two hands in the raging man. Think I just killed a man. I went all in, I got stuck in a jam. That's what you get when you're a gambling man. That's what you get when you're a gambling man. And every day I seem to dig a little deeper into nothing that is left behind. I close my eyes and my world starts spinning and I realize I'm buried alive.
Good dog. Holy shit.
This ain't no place for kids. But when you're raised in a bucket of rain, you either die or you learn to swim. You either die or you learn to swim. And every day I get a little bit deeper into nothing that is left behind. I close my eyes and my world starts spinning and I realize I'm buried alive. That's all y'all get.